Good evening. A Midlands council could start taking down speed cameras if they're found to be merely money-making machines rather than benefiting road safety.
One councillor in Walsall wants speed cameras removed from sites where there's been no noticeable reduction in the number of accidents. But some road safety groups have criticised the idea. In a moment, we'll be asking for your thoughts.
But first, we can go to Eric McKinnon to spy a camera in Walsall. Eric, why the sudden change of opinion about speed cameras there?
Well, Joe, Swindon Town Council, if you remember, they've been in the news this week because they've announced that they're going to scrap their cameras. They claim that they're effectively a cash machine for the government. Well, it turns out that Walsall City Council is also undertaking a review of all 47 of their cameras. Now, an interim finding suggests that 7 of those cameras they suspect are raising cash rather than saving lives. Now, obviously, road campaigners are very distressed at this. They say it's very much a backward step considering taking them out. They say that last year there were 2,200 fatalities or serious injuries on West Midlands roads, and speed was very much a contributory factor. So let's have a look at what the Walsall councillors are saying. This is a motorist's eye view of a speed camera on Linden Road from 200 yards. This is a view of the same camera from 100 yards. Have you spotted it yet? And what about the view from 50 yards? This is one of the 7 cameras that Walsall councillors fear is not there to deter speeding, but to raise money for the Treasury.
Critics who claim some cameras are cash cows rather than safety features could have a case here.
I've been up and down this road for 2 miles, and yet the first warning sign is just 7 paces before you actually reach the camera. Councillor Anthony Harris says the current review is urgently needed. He's not against all cameras, but says other methods can be just as successful.
I've never seen a camera get down off its pedestal and give anybody a roasting through the window like the bobby used to do. Now, when the bobby used to do that in my younger days, you really accepted the message.
Dominic Story died in a car crash. The teenager was a passenger being driven at over 60 miles per hour in a 30 zone. His mother says taking down cameras is a stupid idea.
If you're going essentially at what is the speed limit, then it shouldn't be a problem for you. And I just think that by doing this, Walsall Council have pretty much undermined everything that people have been striving for over the last 10 years. And I think it's a really reckless thing to do.
But Councillor Harris says this junction on Chester Road is a good example of what he means. Once a crossing, it's now a double roundabout. The danger has been removed, he says, and so have the 2 cameras that were once here. Okay, let's get reaction to that. With me is Inspector Paul Farley from West Midlands Police, who's also with the Casualty Reduction Partnership. Inspector Farley, isn't it time that these cameras went? They're just there to raise money.
I think the interesting thing that not many of the public know is that all of the revenue from these cameras goes to central government treasury. It doesn't come directly to the safety camera or casualty reduction partnerships. And they have proven to be particularly effective around the wider West Midlands area, but none more so in Walsall, where we...
Just give us some examples of how effective they've been from a safety point of view.
Well, certainly when you look at the wider West Midlands, we've seen reductions of around about 37% since cameras went in. But in the Walsall area in particular, a reductions of around 41%. Now that exceeds the West Midlands averages, which is very heartening. That actually equates in real terms to a reduction of 34 less collisions.
Inspector Farley, thank you very much. Just to say that Councillor Harris was telling me that before the cameras were around, speeding fines raised just over £300,000. Now the cameras today, in 2008, raised £2.1 million. And all that money goes to the Treasury. In fact,